Good Thursday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We'll take a look at the next 15 minutes and your weather forecast in detail. Otherwise, we are watching a shower just off towards our south from the station that is moving away from our area towards the south and southwest. As for courtesy of Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. You can see the rain shadow there just above the horizon south of I-10. And again, these are showers, maybe a couple bolts of lightning, weak as they continue to move away from at least here at the station. We are watching quite a bit of moisture moving in from the east, atmospheric moisture. We've been so dry, just above 5,000 feet. It's been just super dry, and so that has changed. We've been tracking moisture coming out of Louisiana, helping to produce those scattered showers and even thunder showers moving in from Louisiana this afternoon. That's why we track that, because those help us to detect whether or not we're going to see shower and thunderstorm activity. So this evening, a slight chance, 20, maybe 30% coverage. Friday and Saturday looks mainly hot and dry. There could be an isolated coastal shower on Friday, but Saturday looks dry to us. And then scattered showers and storms, I think our best chances we've seen in quite some time return to the forecast coming up on Monday. One model is showing quite a bit of rain at about a 50 to 60% coverage, while every other model in the world shows lower amounts, but still an increase coming up on Monday. And I'll show you that in just a second. As far as your allergy report, this not good news. Unfortunately, tree pollen and grass, everything's up actually as far as all levels. Still dealing with high levels of ragweed, which is, obviously affects many people, and then mold at very high levels. Otherwise, tree pollen and grass pollen at moderate levels on your Southeast Texas allergy report. So for Friday's forecast here in the Triangle, we'll just go with a 10% coverage and a high of 91 under partly cloudy skies with a northeast to east wind. Let's see what modeling shows, and it doesn't show much. It shows it in the morning, which is not going to happen. If we see anything, it would be in the afternoon hours along the coastline. I think about 90, maybe 91 coming up tomorrow. In the lakes area, again, this is my forecast. I show you this forecast, my forecast, and then also modeling, so you get a comparison. So tomorrow in the lakes area, we like 92 and mainly dry with an easterly wind, east to northeast wind at 3 to 8 miles an hour under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And if we see any rain up in the lakes area, it would occur in the afternoon. This modeling has problems in the morning. That's just not going to happen. We don't believe that's going to happen. If we see anything up in the lakes, which I don't think is going to happen, it would happen in the afternoon, which makes no sense to me that we would see it in the morning. So that's the difference between my forecast and modeling. So unfortunately, it looks like high temperatures will continue to be above normal. And this time of year, we should be about 86 or 87. So you can get the picture of anywhere between 3 to maybe 5 degrees above normal. Certainly not record-breaking, but it doesn't make it feel like October standards as we head on into the early part of the month. Again, we'll be above normal in the lower 90s, I think, pretty much every day over the next 7. Monday could be a little bit below 90 degrees because of the clouds and scattered showers and thunder showers in the forecast. So Friday, I'll go at 10% coverage. Sunday, at 20% coverage. And I'm only going to go with 30% coverage. We have one model that is extremely wet coming up on Monday, and that's a possibility, but pretty much every other model in the world shows lower chances. So we're not going to bite off on just one model. We'll look at ensemble modeling and other higher res models which don't show that kind of amount of rainfall. Pretty normal, 20% coverage coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Higher pressure, thankfully, will try to rebuild over our region coming up Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll show you why in just a second. As far as the drought monitor, this is the new update. They update once a week, and we continue to see moderate drought levels starting to materialize in through almost into central Texas and back over into southwest, well, really into the Acadiana area, and level 1 drought level conditions in southeast Texas, as we are now over 3 inches below normal since the 1st of September, and we're a good almost 7 inches below normal since the beginning of this year. We need rain. It's not critical yet, but we don't want to continue to see this materialize and don't want to go into a moderate or severe drought. That's certainly possible over the next week or so. We could go into a moderate drought because I don't see much. This is the wettest model that I could find. This is a European model, and it's showing over the next 7 days anywhere between 1/5 of an inch and as much as almost 6/10 of an inch of rainfall, well, 3/4 of an inch. So that's possible. It's still below normal. Every day we should pick up about 2/10 of an inch of rainfall. Multiply that by 7, you get 1.4 inches of rainfall. So we're obviously going to be below normal, so the drought will likely continue to worsen across southeast Texas as we're expecting below normal rainfall, even though that model is showing a good chance of rain coming up on Monday. Now let's take a look at our Friday night football forecast. Looks good, looks dry coming up Friday evening at kickoff, halftime, and at the end of the game. Mostly sunny to mostly clear skies are expected. Should be near 80 to the low 80s at kickoff at 7 p.m. By, say, 8:30, 9 o'clock, mid to upper 70s for halftime. And by the end of the game, roughly around 10 p.m., we should see temperatures in the low to mid 70s as the winds go calm. Really, light winds are expected across our area over the next couple of days. Certainly looking at that east to northeast wind persisting. Okay, so what I've outlined is a surge of moisture in the atmosphere, and this is what we track. And as you can see, it's lining up very well with where the rains are occurring. So if you can track moisture in the atmosphere, usually that's where the shower and thunderstorm activity is going to occur, at least here. So a little closer examination of radar shows pretty good coverage up in the lakes area. We'll continue with about a 30% coverage up there. And here in the triangle, not so much. Still think that this will weaken or head just to the southwest. So maybe Port Arthur and also Bridge City back over towards Sabine Pass may see this. But a lot of the modeling that I'm looking at this afternoon and this evening shows this weakening over the next hour or so. So we'll keep about a 30% coverage up in the lakes area. Newton seeing some rain back over to Bon Weir and also Newton and also in towards Burkeville. Kirbyville starting to see some shower activity, and then back over towards Buna, some luckier folks. Now, this line, see the line that you're, keep this in mind. I'm going to talk about that. These lines that you see on radar, let's see, go back up. Yeah, see these lines right here? We're going to talk about that in just a second. The line going back over in towards southern Hardin County. But anyway, back to radar, you can see showers that we were just looking at on Skycam pulling away from Beaumont, heading towards Taylor Landing. Good luck there. And also into the marshes, away from Port Arthur, as you can see. And again, there's the potential that Orange could see some more rain back over towards Port Arthur and also towards Sabine Pass with that activity. If it holds together, could reach those areas in the next hour or so. Don't think that's going to happen. Regardless, the biggest winner today was Orange, West Orange, and back over towards Pinehurst, where they picked up right around 8/10 of an inch of rainfall. And obviously to the south there, just missing Bridge City. Otherwise, taking a broader look, you can see the moisture, the shower and thunderstorm activity over to southwest Louisiana, moving into southeast Texas. High pressure over the state right now, pretty quiet, and some shower activity over towards the north central Gulf. Otherwise, we are going to be watching that moisture decrease coming up tomorrow. So this will pass us tomorrow and moving off towards the west, and we should see lower chances, probably not much at all tomorrow before rain chances start going back up on Sunday into Monday. We'll detail that right now. So we have a weak ridge of high pressure over the state right now, extending back over towards the southwestern U.S. This high is going to break down as we start to watch lower pressures over towards Louisiana and the north central Gulf. So we'll put this into motion, and that low or trough of low pressure will bring better moisture. Remember, we track moisture because that is where most of the time we see shower and thunderstorm activity. So that obviously impacts your forecast. So look at the moisture increasing as we head towards Monday. But also watch lots of tropical moisture out into the Gulf. put this into motion. Look at the high building over us, thankfully. Now, this is the European. It's regarded as one of the more accurate models. It does try to do something over in the Bay of Campeche, but with blocking high pressure and lots of upper level wind shear, it ain't coming here, because this is at 18,000 feet at the jet stream level. We are going to continue to see westerly winds protecting us. So if something does develop over the next weekend to the southwest Gulf, which is possible, then we do not expect it to come in our area. But with this high, it also means that that would redirect the moisture, the deepest moisture, off towards our south and southwest. It also means possibly drier and hotter temperatures, unfortunately, as we head towards late next week. In the tropics, Hurricane Center watching a couple of things. We're not concerned with this per se or this. As we head through the next 7 days, small chances out there. Otherwise, this evening, about a 20 to 30, maybe 40% coverage, but this should be winding down over the next hour or two as it moves off to the south and west. So we expect skies to be mostly clear to partly cloudy. Mid-60s lakes is what we're going to go with, and into the upper 60s to lower 70s triangle. Then tomorrow, not expecting much. If we see anything, it would be mainly towards the coast, I-10 corridor. Looks hot and dry up in the lakes area. I think it's going to be hotter than this 86. That's just not for sale. And into the upper, well, probably the lower 90s also into the triangles. So modeling just not picking that high temperature up. Bet you we're going to be in the low 90s coming up tomorrow. What do you think? Otherwise, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies are expected. So taking a look at the coastal marine forecast, winds and seas coming up a little bit. Should see choppy seas coming up tomorrow if I can get my mount to work, around 2 to 4 feet. Otherwise, exercise caution with a northeast wind at 15 to 20 knots, water temperature 87. High tides are being passed at 2:27 a.m. and 12:08 p.m. And there you go. Sunset now is occurring before 7 p.m. Not going to be much longer, about a month from the time change. Otherwise, our forecast tonight, 30, maybe 40% coverage in the lakes. Right now, I'm reluctant to go above a 20% coverage in the triangle. Could be a little bit more because of the activity, if it holds together, that's over towards Lake Charles, just clipping our area. So 20 to 30% coverage in the triangle. Skies will eventually become mostly clear to partly cloudy after this activity winds down with the loss of daytime heating. Should see mid to upper 60s and lower 70s. Tomorrow, rain chances in the triangle, mainly a 10% coverage, highs lower 90s. Should see a heat index close to 90, so no big deal there. The UV index will be just south of 8, which is high. So our forecast tomorrow, again, partly cloudy. Isolated showers are possible in Jefferson and Orange counties, maybe as far north as Hardin, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties, and I don't expect anything up in the lakes area. Highs lower 90s with a northeast to east wind. So taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast, there's that 10% coverage coming up on Friday. Saturday, the atmosphere dries, and that's why we track moisture in the atmosphere. We don't think there's going to be enough moisture to allow us to see any shower thunderstorm activity for the most part on Saturday. Sunday, we'll go with a 20% coverage. Moisture starts increasing, but the winds are not very cooperative. Even on Monday into Tuesday, winds are out of the east and northeast. That's not very conducive, but we'll keep about a 30% coverage. Could be a little bit more, but as you saw, rainfall amounts don't look very heavy. Again, one model is very wet. That's the European. It's showing a 60% coverage. That far out, I'm reluctant to go this high until I can get some other models to agree with it. I don't want to just rip